Hey everyone, welcome to Metaroon. So Iron Gate just dropped an update as part of their celebration for the 1-year anniversary of the early access launch, which is pretty sweet. We've been waiting for this for a little while. It's the first update of the new year. So let's start off by quickly running through their blog post. They kick things off with a celebratory message about their first anniversary here. Iron Gate had a great year. They took home the Game of the Year award from PC Gamer, which they touch on. And if you haven't checked it out, definitely please do. It is discounted on the Steam store until the end of this week, I believe until February 6th. And then they quickly talk about the build competition they hosted over the holidays, the Build for Baldur competition. We had an awesome entry from our server. It was an Asgard build. If you haven't seen it, definitely check out my previous videos. They've got the winner posted up here. It is Zug Zug Life, but we've covered this and a lot of the other entries in our Valheim podcast called Podheim. Definitely have a look at that and find that wherever you get your podcasts. We actually just interviewed Patrick Jarlesdam today, who is the composer for the Valheim soundtrack. It was an awesome interview. Keep an eye out for that when it releases this Friday. Next up, a bit of news about the Steam Deck. It's actually coming out in February, which is very exciting, and they've been doing a lot of work to get Valheim running smoothly on that. Cool thing about that, there's actually a pause feature that was teased in one of the videos showing the progress for the work there that may be coming to single player. So if any of you have been looking for a pause, that'll be there for you. And then next up are some juicy tidbits about the Mountain Cave updates, which I think is what we've all been waiting for. So we've got a couple new images here, in addition to the ones that they've shared with us previously. This first one looks like we're in some kind of hallway within the mountain. Some new stone pieces. I wonder whether these are kind of a new tile set or something that we could maybe build with. The kind of floor-mounted braziers that we've seen before, and some new banners, I guess, that are kind of tattered, hung up on the wall. In this next shot, I've opened it up into Photoshop just so we can take a bit closer of a look with it. But the first thing that stands out is these crystals on the wall. So I don't know whether these are going to be pickable or mineable, but it'll be really nice to have another way to get crystals, because it can be pretty challenging for players to mine them out of stone golems. And this definitely is in line with Iron Gate's approach to making materials that are a bit tougher to acquire, available in multiple ways, similar to Guck, where you can mine it off of the trees in the swamp or kill abominations now. So that would be a great way to get the material, and potentially, there's going to be new ways to use that material. Now, if I lighten it up a little bit, you can see there's not too much more to glean from this image. We've got some stalagmites and stalactites, and we've got a Fenring in the background here. It's interesting that it looks like he's on all fours. Normally, they're usually standing up on their two hind legs. So I don't know if maybe they're tweaking the animations for them a little bit, or if there's something that could be up there. But it could be awesome to be able to build in these. I don't know if they're going to be, built into the terrain generation where we can just freely walk into these caves, or whether they're going to be instanced like the other dungeons we have right now. But I'm wondering if they're going to be more terrain based because of the variation that we're seeing. So if I flip back and forth between a few of these, this isn't super revealing. It's a very big opening, so maybe it implies that you can just kind of wander right in. But there's more blocky stuff like the image we looked at before, and like this, where it looks like it's actually built out. But there's also the more organic stuff. There's a mix of wolf imagery and fen rings, and so there's way more variation than we've seen in any of the other dungeons. So I'm really interested to see how that culminates. Now, next up, they say alongside the mountain update, they've been working on the Mistlands. Of course, we all know we've been waiting for that. And the core concept work is done, which is pretty exciting. They've figured out what kind of inhabitants they want the new biome to have. And now they're just starting to work on building out new species and enemies, and defining more new mechanics, which is very exciting to hear. That they're going to be introducing, but they're going to keep those a secret a little while longer. So hopefully we hear about that soon. Here's a little piece of concept art that they've been working on. So we've got this moth-like creature here, which is pretty interesting. I think this could have a lot of implications. It's another flying creature, which is great to see. I think the game could use more of those. We've got drakes and deathsquitos. That's pretty much it. I guess wraiths as well. But I'm assuming this is going to be like a beefier deathsquito, but they don't really have any scale in here, so we're not sure how big it's going to be. Maybe they'll have some kind of debuff effect. Maybe it's going to be the first enemy that's drawn to torches. There could be some interesting mechanics there, and kind of encourage you to operate in the darkness of the Mistlands. So I'm going to get into full speculation mode here. There aren't too many mentions of insects in Viking mythology, so I wonder how these are going to fit in. Is it going to be like an insect-focused biome? We had the webs in the previous Mistlands, and everybody thought those were spiders, but I'm wondering if maybe those were like worms, and the worms turn into giant moths or something, and then maybe we're going to get like silk as a new material, and that'll be, the new linen, above padded iron. Could be the way things go. Would love to see new materials, and it seems like that's the way they've been going with each biome so far. Is there's kind of a new material introduced for you to farm, at least one. So that could be what's going on here. Anyway, just want to thank Iron Gate for the update. It's great to see the content that's coming out soon. Hopefully the Mountain Caves drops in the next few weeks here. It sounds like it'll be coming out of testing and bug fixing pretty quickly. And I would love to see an updated roadmap. I know one was released last year. Even if it was the opposite of ambitious, it was way out in the future, at least to get some rough timelines of what's coming and what we can see, that would be awesome. But I realize they're doing the best. They've got a small team, so either way, can't wait to get into this content. The Mountain Caves update should be awesome. Maybe we'll have a new Fenring armor set or some crystal armor. So lots of options, and yeah, just excited to see what the devs have come up with. So keep an eye out for updates here as that content's dropping in the next few weeks to a month. Should be coming pretty soon based on what we've heard from them. And yeah, I'm excited to get in there and check it out. Anyways, that's it this time. Go build something, be awesome, and I'll catch you next time.